Well, it's that time of the year again. Are you looking for a last minute gift or a stocking stuffer or something for someone? We're going to make these really cool coasters. These are piano keys made from some scrap wood that we had in our workshop. So the reason that I made these, each year at my work, we do a Secret Santa, which is like a gift exchange program where you buy gifts for someone. You find out a little bit about what they want. This year I got someone that is into piano, and this is some sheet music from some of the top Rolling Stone songs. Really cool. But what I like to do in addition to that is make a little something from the workshop. So this year I was inspired to make some piano key coasters. These are made from just some scrap that I had laying around, some maple and some white oak. And I was able to use a cool thin rip jig that I've been working on for the really thin pieces for in between the keys. So this is a quick build. Let's show you how it's done and get into it. All right, we started off by sketching out what we wanted to do here. These are going to be piano coasters. So I mimicked the piano keys, so like C, D, E, F, G, and then has the black keys up here. These are going to be 3/4 of an inch for the keys, and these will be 1/2 inch. And then the spacers in between will be 1/16 of an inch. I'm going to use white oak for the spacers and the black keys. And then for the white keys, I'm going to use maple. I'm going to cut them a little bit long just so that I can trim up each side. So each one will be about 4 1/4. All right, let's run our wood through our surface planer to get them to an even thickness. Now let's use our 3D printed thin rip jig, and we're going to cut these to 1/16 of an inch, but I still recommend that 1/8 inch that we said to modify. All right, we're going to take off this finished edge real quick, and that'll give us a nice starting point for our finished thin pieces that we're going to use. So we'll go through a couple of these passes. This thing worked out really, really well. Our keys. We'll cut these to length with a stop block. All right, we've got all of our parts roughed out. These are at 4 1/4. These were cut to 2 1/4, just so there's 1/4 of an inch extra. And that looks really cool. That thin rip jig worked awesome. And then we'll cut these down. I was just seeing because they're so thin. I've got some pliers here, so I'll probably just measure these out. Super easy. Just use that one as a template. These are our black keys that we'll want to recess inside of those. So basically that's the rough idea. We want to center that so it actually looks like it's a 1/2 inch inset. That'll make our first cut. We'll go down 2 1/4 at our depth, and that'll be basically that cut there. Then we'll be able to come over, make a cut this way. I'm going to use my scroll saw because that's the only thing that I felt comfortable doing this cut on. If you have a bandsaw, that would be perfect for this. Here's what that second key will look like when you cut it. All right, after trying to do these on the scroll saw, I really should use a bandsaw. I made the executive decision to do a double thick just because that's how it worked out. And I think it works okay. So this is all roughed out. We can fill in some of those gaps once we get it all glued up. That'll be an interesting glue up. All right, I'm gonna use some Type Bond 3. Not bad. Some clamps on here. All right, let's get these out of the clamps. They've been sitting overnight, and let's check them out. So, not too bad. There's definitely some gaps we'll want to fill in. I think what we'll do is take some of the white oak, the darker color, and we'll take some of that with some glue and make our own wood putty, and we'll fill in all those gaps. I think a lot of that will go away. And then definitely need some sanding with the glue squeeze out and stuff like that. And then we'll figure out the width, probably measure this one and try to match it with this one, or vice versa. We could do a clean cut here because now we have a nice flat surface this side and this side. So we can reference that, do it on our crosscut sled, make 2 nice cuts there. And then we'll do some rough sanding. We'll go with the grain. All right, so that's the rough sanding. Just get off all that glue. That was quite a bit of work. Let's take some of that white oak and sand it down so that we can get some sawdust and make some wood putty. All right, we'll start with that. If we need more, we can make more. Pop the top. This thing is awesome. I 3D printed it. Never have to use my teeth anymore. A little glue. Got a little screwdriver. Take some of this finer sawdust. This is good because then you match your materials versus trying to find a wood putty that actually is the same color. You literally use the actual wood. All right, a little compressed air to clean out those gaps. Then we'll apply that wood putty right into those gaps. Yeah, that filled them in really nice. And once we sand it up, you won't even know. All right, now that we've let that set up a little bit, the wood putty that we made, I'm just gonna take some hand sand paper on my 3D printed blocks. Yeah, these ergonomic blocks that I 3D printed are awesome. All right, now we're over on the table saw and we're gonna trim the bottom off first because we had measured that extra quarters on the top, that 1/4 of an inch. So we'll make our first cut, make this nice and clean down here. We'll use our straight side up against the fence and we'll get those 2 cut and then we'll measure over our, from the bottom, 4 inches up. All right, now we're gonna draw, starting from the bottom measurement, we're gonna go off of that and do 4 inches. We can use our little template here. So take off that extra 1/4 inch or so. Well, there you have it. We got it all sanded up and we removed all the sawdust with our tack cloth here, all ready for finish. I really like the way this came out with that extra spacer in there. So now they're 1/8 of an inch in between and looks cool. More like a designed thing versus like a real thing, but you can still play on them. Practice your chords. All right, now let's add some finish. We're gonna use Halcyon. This is the clear satin. This is by Total Boat. This stuff is great. It is a water-based finish, but since these are gonna be coasters and there's gonna be some water potentially on these, or even some sweat from a glass, I guess that's still water. We wanna finish them up good, so we'll apply 3 coats. This is a really easy thing to apply, just about an hour or less. And then in between coats, we'll hit it with this 4-0 Scotch Brite to break down that surface and make it really smooth at the end and give it a really nice finish. Well, just like that, we're all done. We got 3 coats of that finish on here. It looks really nice. In between coats, we did that Scotch Brite and dusted everything off. Now that all that's left is to bundle it up. We've got this really cool festive string here that we're gonna tie these together with. That looks good. Wrap it up with a bow. There we go. Do 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 do. As always, thanks so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. And we have another video up next that is very similar that is made from scrap wood. We made 4 projects, great gifts throughout the year. I think you should check it out. So until next time, we'll see you in the shop. Take care.